Hey everyone, welcome to my studio today. Today I'm going to start with showing you my new digitals that I've created. These are free in my um, Ko-fi site, and I will link that below so that you can go there and get these if you like them. This one has a cute little butterfly. It's just a black and white butterfly image. This one is more, I'll put them this way. This one's more like a Victorian correspondence with butterflies on them. Here is a blue one, my husband's favorite. He really likes this one. Here's another black and white one with just black and white labels on it. These are great for making tags and pockets and things. This one reminded me of like Indiana Jones or the jungle or traveling and so forth. I think it's the stamps that remind me of traveling. So yeah, these are all my freebies that I'm offering, and go and get some. Let me see what you make with them. All right, I'm going to set these to the side. Sorry about the noise. Don't mean to keep doing that. And now we're on to the project for today, which is coin envelopes. Everybody makes coin envelopes, I've seen in so many different ways, and I'm like, there's so many different ways and they all look so nice, and I don't have any, so I thought I'd just make a few. And I've kind of separated them because I wrote down some instructions from different people, except for, and I'll link everybody down below that I got these ideas from. These are not my ideas. I'm just, well, they may end up at the end because I'm probably going to make a lot of mistakes, but let's embrace those mistakes. Okay, so these are just some papers, random papers that I have in my stash. Let's just start with one like this. Okay, so can't quite remember how she did it. Let me grab a ruler real quick. Just take me a second. I believe she went with about this height. And by she, I mean Tina from Shabby Dabby Doo. She just did number 201 on coin envelopes. Not 201 coin envelopes, but her series. She's on that many times. I think that means 3 times of making coin envelopes for her. And so she's kind of perfected it at this point. Okay, so she did this, and then I believe she just folded them over. That's going to be way too big for me, so I'm going to have to cut mine down. I don't make really large journals anymore, so I'm not going to make mine. I'm not going to start now making them big. Let's see. Just kind of judging by where I want this one to overlap a little. Okay, so mine's going to look a little different than hers already, because I am not, yeah, don't mean to be, but let's see where this needs to be. Yeah, about right there. I'm just going to cut this off. Okay, so then she did this. Oh, see, I already like it. I like the grunge look. That is me. I'm a grunge girl. Okay, and then let's see. Then I believe she cut the edges, but I'm going to use this little cheat. It's a little cheat. I'm just gonna clip off my edges like that. And then she opened it up, and she didn't have any measurements. The other ladies that I'm going to follow actually had measurements. See, I just cut that. I held it up and you probably couldn't see. I just cut that edge off right here. It's easy for me on this side without the busy pattern to distract me. That's okay if you mess up on the edges at the bottom. You're going to cover it with this little piece. Okay. just like that. Okay, and then, well, actually, let's fold that up a little bit more. It's supposed to be up in the edge. So far, these are easy. These aren't difficult. She glued hers down, but I'm going to wait to glue mine down because I like this grungy edge here, and I might want to do that right there, and I might even want to sew. So I'm not going to do mine just yet, but I did forget the hole punch. Now I do have fancy edges and stuff like that, but in the spirit of just following somebody else, I'm just going to cut. Let's see, how did she cut hers? Did she cut it on the back side, or did she cut hers on the front side? That doesn't matter. I'm just going to cut mine right here. And because mine isn't folded down, I'm just going to cheat and open it up and cut right in where I feel like the middle of the pocket is. What do you guys think about it? Close enough. And fold it back up together. See, that's a straighter edge, but I prefer this edge. It's all grungy. And I still have to add ink to these, but I'll come back later and do all the inking. Right now I'm just going to do all the folding for hers. Yeah, I think that's pretty. And I'm going to set that off to the side so I can come back to it. Okay, now here's another one of hers. Let's see. All right, so this was just, I don't even know what this was. Bright. That's bright. Let's just, again, try cutting it down. What do you think of the height on this one? This was a pretty good height, I think. Yeah, I think the height on that was pretty good, so I go just a hair taller. Yeah, that right there. Right there. Okay, and again, because I like the rough edge, I'm just going to use my ruler. If I really wanted it really rough, which I might do in some of the other ones, I would wet the edge first and then use my ruler, and then it gives you a really grungy edge. All right, and again, she went, let's see, I'm gonna not make this one quite so wide. I'm going to fold it like this, and then like that right there. Yeah. Is that the same? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So I keep picking it up so I can see it, but you guys probably can't see it. All right, and then you can fold this in again. Again, I'm just going to use the ruler. I'm just seeing where this edge ends and going in a little bit on it. That's all I'm doing whenever I'm placing that. It almost looks like nice journaling card already, all by itself. Okay. Yep, just like that. And then again, I'm going to cheat. Like I said, I'll link her video down below where she cuts this, then uses this piece over here, but I'm lazy, I guess. Or I just like my tools, I don't know. Okay. We gotta be careful. I got my coffee sitting up here. It jumped everywhere. I thought for sure it was going to land in my coffee. There. It jumped that way. Okay, here we go again. And she cut. And she cut. Okay, this time I'm going to put my scissors into the groove and cut out this way. That way it's a more accurate cut. Just like that. So far that's all we've got. And I need to fold this up. Let's see where I'm folding. Just making sure that's pressed up against it. And that bone folder. There we go. Wow. Yeah, this is a very busy envelope, but I like it. Okay, and then across the top here, you can see my edge is not quite straight. And even though I like grungy, I still like a little bit of straightness to my grungy. Okay, So, and again, I'm not going to glue it down because I may come back and add sewing, especially on this one, which is thicker paper. This was thinner paper, so I don't know if I'm going to sew on this. But this thicker paper definitely can handle the stitches and stuff. So, but I will go ahead and put the notch in. Let's see, I'm going to open it back out, line it up with my eyeball. There we go. And, oops, put this straight edge done. Yeah, I like this edge, the burnt edge. And another one's done. What do you guys think of that one? That's very interesting. Maybe I should have taken a scan of that one. That's really interesting. Is journaling card. Okay, a couple more hairstyle. Oh, well, I really want to try it hairstyle with this. This was an echo print that I did with some leaves back in the fall. And I used oxide ink on it to make it bleed out like that. And I used my Sizzix machine. So I put the leaf down, added a few drops of the oxide spray, just the gray, and the green was the natural color. Ran it through, put it together and ran it through my Sizzix machine. And this was, I know you can't really tell, but it is very embossed. It's very embossed. Okay, so let's see. I'm kind of going to do it backwards so that I get the right length. Maybe, yeah, right there. I want to make sure. The reason why I'm doing this one Tina's way is because I can actually pick where I want the image to show up on the front. Some of the other people's ideas, the image shows up. Oops, let me go this way a little bit. Almost when it's done. There we go. They have exact score lines, and their score lines definitely are not going to be where I just put this. So I want to make sure that my plant shows up on the front. I think that's cool. I like this a lot. Okay, and then I'm going to add this big one. There we go. It's jumping. Okay. So far, Tina's way is very easy, but her way doesn't add the flap. The other two do have flaps, so that may make a difference. Of course, I don't really see why I couldn't add a flap onto the top of this. It would be very easy to do instead of the cutout. Okay. Angle slightly. That one's, sorry, that one's way off. I'm not sure how I did that. Okay. There we go. Just gonna move that out of my way. And, oh yeah, see how my thing is way off on that. Is that, okay, this one needs to go up just a hair. There we go. Now I can roll this up. So far this has been fairly easy too. Haven't seen any need to use to measure that, except it's not as tall. I did notice the other ones are taller. I'm not really sure I want the notch, actually. I really kind of like it just like that. The back is interesting as well. So I think I'm just going to leave that one. Leave that one for later. Okay, now we're going to, this is a different textured paper here too. It's a lot more structured. I don't even think I need to use my, just going to go slightly over the edge. It'll be slightly taller. And this is a 6x6 paper that I coffee stained on the back side. I'm getting these pieces everywhere. Okay. this size reminds me of the old bank envelopes that you used to put your, I don't know, do they still use those? I don't know. We don't, that's not how we deposit our cash anymore. We don't actually go to the bank and deposit our cash. So I don't know. Do they still use the bank envelopes that you used to put your money into and take in hand to the teller and then watch as she counted it? Okay, this one came out really neat. But that's what this reminds me of, is one of those tall bank envelopes. And it definitely needs, that's the wrong thing. Definitely needs the pocket here. Again, I'm just going to open mine out. It's a little harder on this one to see where the middle is because of the lines. Just do my best. Yeah, looks close. Could be wrong on that, but no, that's pretty close. Okay, see, that is so easy. Fold, fold, and done. Yeah, that reminds me of the ones that the bank used to have. But these did have a flap, so, which I think would be fairly easy to put on, add later, if I choose to. Okay, let's do this. I'm concerned this may be too brittle. It is definitely antique. Let's see. Do I want the... let me see, it's already tearing. Okay, let's... let me take it from the bottom. Take this part off. Let's see how much. Right there? Yeah, we're going to make a tiny one. Smaller, I think. Alright, and then... yeah, that's going to be too brittle. I mean, that's not even creasing. I mean, I could reinforce it with some washi tape, but is it worth it? I'm not sure if it's worth it. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty, but it is... I don't know how much use I'd actually get out of that. I don't know. I'm going to set this on the side and use it later. I decided not to use that because I'm afraid it's going to just fall apart what I'm trying to show you guys. Okay, this one, I want this piece here for sure. Okay, well, let's try a short one. Right there, I think. This is just one of my stamp wax papers that I use whenever I am doing my stamping and stuff, and I just, you know, you stamp your thing clean. And I don't know, I was doing some sample stitching or something there. Who knows? I don't. Okay, I'm just gonna make this one right to the edge. Okay, I'm kind of making this one a bit small. I don't know, I thought one small might be different. Instead of, this way. This is cute. Alright, now for my edges, got strings going everywhere. Oh, maybe I should use a smaller. Oh, this is adorable. I will definitely need my smaller circle punch though. That's interesting. One I was definitely experimenting because the string inside is green and the one on the outside is black. fold up. All right. That's cute. Let me get out my smaller circle punch. What do you guys think? Is this... Oops. I think I can go a bit deeper. There we go. Okay. And like I said, I will come back later. Okay, I like this side, this flap. It was straighter. There we go. Come back later and do the do the inking. That's what I'm trying to say. I wasn't saying anything, was I? I was just sitting here wandering off in space. Okay, I got a few more that I really wanted to do Tina's way, but I think I'll wait. Come back later and finish those ones up. Let me move on to the next one. Let's see. I don't think it matters which set here. And I will bring in my board. Now, I've already pre-cut these ones all 6x6. And some of these measurements are not 6x6. So we'll just go with what I got. This is from Wandering Angel. I think that's what her name is. Wandering Angel something. Again, I will link it below so that we can follow along on her tutorial, not mine, because mine's a mess. I'm just wanting to craft with somebody. So here I am. Okay, so I got a bunch of different 6x6 papers. Now let me flip this around because I'm going to do the scoring because I've already cut them. She says okay, so for a large envelope, she has 2 different sizes. So for a large envelope, which we will do in this color, this one, she says to do 1.5 inches on the side. This is not directional at all. It's just, so it'd be great for me to trying this out. Okay, 1.5. I may have to use a different scoring. I'll cut right in my paper. Like my paper literally just cut. Okay, 1.5 on that side. Rotate it and do 1 3/4 right here. More gentle this time. Then top was 1 inch and the bottom was 1 inch. Okay, 1 inch and 1 inch. Okay, good. Okay, so then she did, wait, let me do both at the same time like she did. Okay, this is thinner paper, so I have to really be careful on this one. All right, this is for the small one. And she says to score each side. Again, non-directional, so it doesn't matter. 1 3/4. Rotate it and do this side 1 3/4. And then top and bottom as both 1 inch. There. All right. Now, okay. And the scissors, they're right here beside me the whole time. Okay, so I'm just going to cut on the inside of the flap and the inside of this flap. Now I cannot remember what she did. This paper is really easy to see the score lines. I like that. Okay, so far there's definitely more cutting involved in this one than Tina's. Not sure that makes that big of a difference to me, but okay. Cut all those little squares out. Let's go ahead and, oh man, that is really bad. We'll trash that one and do another one. We'll come back and do the large one. Okay, so I am going to fold the flap, and then down and down. Oh, that is so cute. Okay, now I do believe she rounded the corners of hers. Ooh, my paper's too thin. I should have put something under it. Oh, I'll just use this. Yep. Just line that up. Yep. Much easier. Oh, to the other side. That's what is wrong with that? Did the opposite side. Oops. I'll turn it around so I can see it. Okay, and this one. So if your paper is thin, just back it with something else before you try to cut it with one of these, because otherwise it tears your paper. There we go. And then the backing it with something gives it stronger. I don't think this matters which direction, but now I got this cute little flap and this adorable little pocket. Okay, now should I take a divot out right here is what I'm wondering. That would look cute. I think I will. Okay, so kind of slide this up in there. Should be easier after it's glued together, but I really don't want it glued just yet. Okay. I think that's good. Can't really tell. Hopefully that's good. Nope, just got one. Alright, I'll try to getting the other one in there. That looks really funny. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my erasable pen and I'm going to draw it out. There we go. That way I can line this up. Yeah, see, this is all about those embracing the mistakes. And can you guys see where I'm lining it up at? And that should line it. See, it's a little off center, but it's still cute. It's way off center, guys. Okay, so to combat that, I'm just going to make a larger one. Let's see if I can do it. It is being a pain. This is a pain. Pain. Okay, let's try. Well, okay, the whole thing is to embrace the mistakes, right? I can't see. I cannot see. Yeah. Oh, okay, that's a lot. It's a lot better. A lot better. It's not a lot better. Okay, do I have anything circular? I do. Let's line it up like that so you can see where I need to. Sorry, guys. There. All right, now I can come back in with this one. Yeah, that looks better. Now, the inside won't matter so much because I will be grunging this area up with my ink. So most of that will be hidden anyhow. All right, so then that will be inked up in a little bit. I really like the hole punch thing if I had actually gotten it a little better. But moving on. Okay, now I need to do the large one, right? Yeah, I did. That was the small one, and I'll show you the difference between the small one and the large one here in a minute. Okay, so the large one is score 1.5. I know the hills and valleys and all that, and I don't know. And then 1 3/4. That's what she said. And then top and bottom is 1 inch. There we go. So I got it this time. And again, I'm just going to go on the inside. See the score? See how it's ridged? I'm going to go on the inside of the flat. And then this one, I'm going to go on the inside as well. This is so whenever it folds nice and neat. Folds better so that it's not wonky. Okay. Yep. Okay. I could have made these on the Cricut machine. I could have easily done that and with the template or whatever and just printed it out, and it would have had all this on there for me, but I enjoy just sitting here and crafting. Okay. And again, the top flap. That doesn't look much smaller. Oh, it is a little slightly smaller. Let me go like this. Okay. It's just a little tiny bit smaller. See? You can see the difference here, more so here than up here. Yeah. So it's just slightly smaller. So if you was wanting to do a bunch of layered pockets, you know, this would be kind of cute to do a bunch of flip-up pockets, one on top of each other. Or that, you know, a lot of people make these into journals. I haven't tried that myself, but a lot of people do it. Okay, so I'd like to, what do I want to do with the edges? I did not bring my fancy scissors. I do have fancy edge scissors, and I didn't bring those. I thought I would just stick with what I got up here on my desk. So let's round them, but let's use the smaller. This is thicker paper, so I don't have to back it with anything. Okay, that's definitely the top. And you know what? Let's break it up a little bit. Let's add the bottom one being tag-like. There we go. What does that look like? Can't really tell, but you will be able to see it whenever I ink it. And can you see the bottom edge versus the top edge? Okay, so that'll go like this. I'm not happy with this piece in here. It needs to be just a slightly. Let's see if that works better. Yeah. Oh, that was the other trick that they mentioned, is to use, see, one side is slightly smaller than the other side here. They suggested putting this small side on top, which gives you more of a straight edge down the middle, whereas this one's off to the side a little bit. That was kind of an interesting tip. I hadn't thought about it before, so. Okay, so there, that one's done. And that one's done. Let's try some more. Okay, and again, these are in different weights. Some are thicker, some are heavier. I'm going to try this one. This one is just coffee dyed on the back, scrapbook paper. It looks like wallpaper though. Alright, I like the small size and the large size, but I think with this one I'm going to do the large size again. Okay, so that was 1.5. Rotate all the way around and do 1 3/4. Okay, and then top and bottom is 1 inch. I wonder if I could do a little bit longer. You guys think? Would 1.5 inches on the top be too long, you think? Yeah, that would be too long. Okay, 1.5 inches. Wait, 1 inch. I almost goofed up. 1 inch. 1 inch top and bottom. 1 inch. 1 inch. Okay, there we go. And I think I'll just go ahead and mark up a couple more while we're at it. I want this one to be a tall one. Oh, this one's directional. I wonder if that'll make a difference. No, I don't think so. Okay, so I'm just going to do my top and bottom real quick. 1, 1, and then the side was 1.5 by 1 3/4. Okay, and let's see, I got 2. Yeah. Okay, so then we'll go back to the small size. Let's see, the small size. The small size is 1 3/4. I think my paper's upside down. 1 3/4 by 1 3/4 is exactly the same on both sides, and then 1 and 1. 1 and 1. Okay, and then I would like, oh, this is really thin, so I don't know how this one's going to react. So let's see. Let's see, top. This is the top, so 1. Oh my goodness. Thin paper does not want to. 1 and 1. Okay, and then the side was 1 3/4 and 1 3/4. Wait, did I mess up that last one? No, 2 large, 2 smalls. That's what I got here. Okay, 2 large, 2 smalls, and then we'll call it done for this one, and then we'll move on to the next type. Okay, so now to the cutting part. Definitely have a lot more cutting and measuring and all this kind of stuff with doing it this way. That doesn't make it wrong. It just makes it different looking whenever you're done. It's more precise. But I could cut these out with my roller, and then that would give me grungy edges. I'm going to try that. I am going to try that for my next one. Okay. I don't know if that'll work though. Let me still try and find out. I'm making a mess. Alright, let's see. What happens if I put that one down there? Put this in up there. Well, that one did definitely brings out the edges. Good. I'm do it this way. Okay. Oh, I like these edges. Look at this. Nice. Oh, look at those edges. Are they not beautiful? You definitely have to grunge up the edges here too. Okay, that one doesn't want to fold very well. We'll make it fold. Okay, we also need to decorate these. Okay, that was the small one. Butterflies. For some reason, this one, maybe it's the thinness of the paper, but it doesn't want to fold straight. Okay, there we go. Oops, upside down. That's okay, because it is. I haven't marked it yet, so it'll be fine. Okay, come back in a minute and do the edges. I really enjoyed doing that with those. I might have to do that again. Let's see. There. There. This one's kind of hard for me to see. This is much faster. I'm sitting here cutting them out. Okay. Look at those beautiful edges. Can you see? Ugh. And they're all inked up. They're going to be gorgeous. Okay. And we got that one, which was the larger one. Yeah, larger. So it's really only larger by the width of it. Yeah, larger. Okay, and go to this one. I love the edges, so we're going to do that too. Okay. The lighting's so bad. Well, actually, I got new lighting, but for the video, but it's so hard for me to see because it's creating such a glare. Hopefully, you guys can see just fine. This is my first time using it, so we all got really sick over Christmas break and are just now recovering. So this is my first opportunity to use it in a video. Oh, I'm like, the scrappy stuff is just right up my alley here. Okay. And of course, I have a thing to grunge up those edges, so the seams also grungy. This is out scrapbook paper. It looks like wallpaper. Yeah. Okay. So, okay, this is all of, I think it was Wandering Angels, and for different sizes. And of course, they're not decorated yet, but I'll show them all at the end. Okay, let's move on real quick to the next one. And I lost it. Did I really lose it? Oh no. Wait, I set it off to the left. Yep, I did. It was to the left. Okay. Now this one had a bunch of different sizes. I didn't even do most of them. I just wrote down a few that I thought would be okay. So let's see. She did. I can't do this one because it was 7 1/4. The other ones were 5 1/2 by 5 1/2. So I don't know if I could get away with doing. Hers are almost identical to the other, but not quite. Sorry about that. Okay, let's try this one. So I want to be able to compare. So 5 1/2 by 5 1/2. This is, I have to cut it. Might as well do it her way first, right? Yeah, do it her way. 5 1/2. Hopefully that's somewhat even because 5 1/2, 5 1/2. Okay. Now I did make this easy on myself. I tried not to pick directional paper most of the time. Okay, so it's 5 1/2 by 5 1/2, and then score on each side. One side was 1 3/8, 1 3/8, and then rotate it and do 1 1/2. And then she has top. The top is 3/4. Really, just 3/4? Seems wrong. Okay, 3/4 it is. And then the bottom, she got a 1/2 inch. Oh, that's really tiny. All right, that's really tiny. Okay. Well, this first one I'm going to cut, even though I was enjoying using the ruler, but I want to make it her way first, and then my way. guys have to do that too? Have to do it the way that it was done on the video before you can turn it into your way? Or can you just straight away just adapt it to yourself? Sometimes I can, but most of the time I have to do it and see it right in my hands before I can change it up. Okay. All right, here we go. Fold. I think this paper needs my bone folder. Okay. And fold up and fold down. Oh, let's see. It's slightly. Let's compare that to this last one. Oh, wait, I'll compare it to the same one. That way you can see the pattern for pattern. This one has a. I forgot to go back and do the corners, but I will go back and do those. The flap. I kind of like this flap better. Than this one. But I like the bottom. I like this shorter bottom. I like the short bottom. And Tina's was short on the bottom as well. I was because I used that. Because I used this. Tina's ended up short. This flap ended up short like that. Let's see. Okay, so I've done this one. That was one of her sizes. She said this one was, she called this one her extra small size. Then there's the tiny. Let's try. I don't know how that one's going to come out. So, okay, let's try this one. Tiny. She says 4.5. She needs to, I need to cut the paper. Okay, so this one is, oh, you know, that's another thing. This one was the 6x6, and this one was cut 5.5 by 5.5. I don't know if that made that much of a difference. Oh, what am I doing? I'm sorry. Got sidetracked. Tiny. 4.5. 4.5 by 4 3/4. It seems like a strange measurement, but okay. 4 3/4. That seems a waste of paper to me. And then she scored 1 1/4 on each side. 1 1/4. 1 1/4. Rotate. Do 1 1/4. And then she did 5/8 on top. Okay, 5/8 and half on the bottom. And this one's called her tiny. I can't hardly see that one. Let me do it on this side. Couldn't see the score mark at all. Okay. Okay. That is tiny. But I don't think I got my lines all scored up properly because it doesn't fold very well. What do you guys think? It's really small. It's kind of cute. There it is. It is small. So we have her extra small and her tiny. And then I have one more, and it's teeny. Teeny. So let's try teeny. Oh, I don't know about that paper. That paper is really Oh well, it's going to be teeny. Oh, I got to cut it first. Okay, cut is 3 5/8 by 4 1/4. 4 1/4. Alrighty. Oops. Rotate. Okay, score on the one side, 1 1/8. 1 1/8. Rotate and do 1 1/16. I don't think I have a 1 1/16. My score. I do not. Okay, I'll just like nudge it a little. I don't know. I don't have a 1 1/16 on my scoreboard. Okay, I just nudge it up. And then the top is a half, and the bottom is a quarter. That is small. Goodness. Can you see how small that is? Okay. Now I do have to come back on all of these and cut off. Cut off round the edges or whatever. There's still a lot left to do on each one. I just wanted to get all the scoring and cutting done. Okay. Wow, that's going to be a baby. This one's called Teeny. Might have wanted to use thicker paper for Teeny. Teeny is having a problem here. Okay, there we go. Yep, Teeny is definitely having a problem. There we go. It's really tall. Okay, let's compare her. We have her extra small, her tiny, and her teeny. And I cannot think. The thing that goes in here has to be really small. Maybe some labels or something. And yeah, I mean, I know the papers don't match, but that wasn't my purpose here. Okay, but see, that created so many scraps. Yeah. Okay, so let's go back, and I do have a few more I want to make of I'm not real crazy about the teeny, but I did like tiny and extra small. And I did not do the edges. So let me do those real quick. I think I'm just going to round them. Is that too small? That's too small. Okay. Okay. Sprinkle that, I guess. Okay. I wonder why that's. Must have done something to that one. Okay. So I can move my scoreboard out of the way. I'm going to spill my coffee. Wow, created lots of scrappy messes. Okay, let me show you some of the ones I've got done. Okay, let me just scooch everything. Of course, they're not decorated. So I will come back later and show you the decorated versions of some of these. Probably not all, but some. Okay, this top row is Tina's from Shabby Dabby Does. You can see that hers looks slightly different. This one is Wandering Angels. I don't know how to, can't lay them the other way. This one was really, really cute. That was my take, not hers. That was my bad. Okay, and then the last one, that was Wandering Angels. Wandering Angels. And then the last one, you know what? I forgot her name. But I will link her below. And she has it's not templates, but she has a list in her description of all the different sizes of the envelopes and stuff. This one was hers. Yeah. So, okay. You probably can't see these bottom ones. So I'll just set them over here to the side. Yeah. These ones are... Which ones did you like me creating the best? I definitely think Tina's was the easiest to fold and cut, and it went quickly together. But it didn't have the upper flap, but I don't think that would have been that much more difficult to put in. The exact measurements made sure that everything was looking cohesive. So if you like that look more, you can tell most of the time I like a grungier look. Hence why I tore the edges, made my edges all rough. I like that. Kind of wish I'd go back and do Tina's that way. Or, well, I kind of did a little bit. Okay, so anyways, I will now pause here, and when I come back, I will show you them all inked up and grunged up and decorate a couple of them. I'm not going to sit here and decorate all of these. The whole point is just to have them ready in my stash, not to actually have them decorated. That way they can fit any journal that I want to put them in. Okay, be back in just a second. Okay, so I finished decorating 4. I picked 4 to decorate, and each one is basically the same style. This one's slightly different, but otherwise these ones are going to go into my abandoned journal, so I wanted them in the same style. This one has a paperclip closure that closes. This one doesn't, and this one doesn't. This one has a tie, and then here is like a file folder that you can tuck something down inside. And I will flip them over so you can, oh, that one's the back, sorry. Flip them over so you can see the backs. There you go. And I did create a video that shows how I decorated these, the process of decorating, and I will have it uploaded in a day or so, so you will, and I'll link it below, and that way you can go see that one if you're interested in how I decorated this. Okay, I hope you all have a blessed day.